Today we're going to talk about one of my favourite topics and answer some frequently asked questions on how to use plant growth regulators, what they do, why they're so awesome for your turf, and they make it a lot more healthy and also save you some time too. So let's just talk about it and explain how it works. So Taylor's out and about just doing some mowing for me right now, because this season the grass has been growing like crazy with the rain that has been about to get a ton more rain next week too. So it's time to control some of these areas with some plant growth regulator. So what plant growth regulator is actually a product that will slow down the top growth of your lawn, which is massive, especially for this property here. Like, it makes a huge difference for me, especially with the golf green, being able to slow down my mowing frequency and allow it just to thicken up a little bit, creep a little bit sideways, but mostly just to stop that top growth. So plant growth regulators, or PGRs, so we've got Astro and also Primo Max, which have trinexapac-ethyl in them. Same active, just slightly different formulation on them. But what they basically do is they inhibit gibberellic acid in your plant. So gibberellic acid is responsible for cell elongation. So it prevents that happening, stops producing the gibberellic acid, or slows it down at least, which stops your lawn from going up and slows it down a ton. Now, it will last about 3 to 4 weeks in the warmer months. Like if we're getting mid 30s to high 30s, you're looking at about 2 weeks, but generally lasts close to a month. Now, why do we apply it? As I've said a few times already, stop your lawn growing, but it can also help improve your lawn's health. So it can thicken it up and also help your root system shoot down a little bit deeper and get dense. It can help with stress conditions like drought. So great to use this time of year when the temps are starting to warm up, because it's not pushing so much energy into top growth. Now, there's a few misconceptions when it comes to plant growth regulators. I touched on this the other week around Reno time, but it doesn't help your lawn fill in. It helps it grow sideways a little bit and thicken up, and helps the plant tiller. So think of a grass blade that's just got one blade shooting up. It'll actually help more blades shoot off the side, which is called tillering. So that's what I mean by it helps it thicken up and go sideways a little bit, but it won't prevent big bare spots like even this here from filling in sideways. Like, it's just not going to do it for you. So don't put it down thinking that it's going to fix your lawn. So I actually applied plant growth regulator and some liquid iron out here. It was just about a week ago. So I applied it to all the parts that aren't bare, and I've missed the areas down the bottom where they're a little bit thin, because it's just going to prevent those areas filling in as quick as I'd like them to. Now you can see the liquid iron has made a huge difference in the colour from here down to this bottom section here. And I also missed these spots along here, so it's a little bit lighter green here too, you can see. Just not as thick and as lush. But yeah, don't think it's going to help your lawn move sideways. Only apply it to your lawn after Reno. Once most of it's filled in, you've only got a couple of bare spots, and you can sort of spray around them like I have here. Also, there's no special formula on when you can actually apply it. Just apply it when your lawn's looking healthy and it's filled in. Just don't apply it to a bare lawn. So you don't need to apply any products in the lead up to it. You'll know when it's time, because your lawn is going absolutely nuts and growing like crazy, and you want to slow down that 2 to 3 mows a week if you're that keen, and drop it back to 1 mow, which is what we're going to do here. So I applied it a week ago. I've mowed it once in between. It's really under regulation now, so we'll mow it today and just see how much we take off the top. Now, another question I get is, can I use it on my grass type? So safe to use on all lawns. Just make sure to look at the label and what rate to put it out on your lawn. So for example, on the bent grass, it's a lower rate because it's finer cut turf. With the ryegrass, I can go a little bit higher. I just matched the rates up because I was spraying it at the same time. Now, Kikuyu, you can go a lot higher on your rates. You can get up to 40 mil, whereas I think I only went to 5 or 10 mil on the bent grass here. It was anyways a lot lower than it was on the Kikuyu up there. Now, when you're doing your first application, go at lower rates, because sometimes you can get a little bit of discoloration when you put out plant growth regulator. So I recommend people put it out at half rate to what it says on the label for your first app. It means you'll come out of regulation a little bit quicker, so reapply at about the 2 week to 3 week mark, unless it's really, really hot. But also another little quick tip is add some Enhance to it too. So Enhance is a liquid iron product, so the liquid iron just sort of alleviates that discoloration that you get in your lawn after putting plant growth regulator down. Now, I find with cool season grass, you don't really get that discoloration. It's more with like Kikuyu, buffalo, and cooch. Sometimes you can get a little bit of like colour loss in it. Ryegrass never seems to worry. The bent grass, as you can see, it's looking pretty dang good, and no discoloration at all. Now the Enhance does help with that. I mean, the Enhance has bumped this green up like crazy, and even the ryegrass is looking a lot healthier right now. So I mowed this last week on, when was it? We mowed it on Friday. I haven't mowed it since then. Today's Tuesday. And it looks like the thing has hardly grown, which is awesome. It just means the lawn's gonna be a lot healthier because we're not putting the stress on it with missing mows like I have been recently. So it's really, really awesome. But put something like some liquid iron down if you can. Enhance is a great product to mix with it. And then your second application, you can bump up your rate to full rate if you like, because your lawn will adjust to it. But there's just something about when a lawn is under regulation, it gets a really different look. It gets quite tight. It's only been a week since we put it down, but the ryegrass is looking so much thicker and just healthier. Like there's just retaining more color, which plant growth regulator will do that. You'll find you get a deeper, darker green once you start using it, especially if you start mixing with some liquid iron. But it's because it's shortening the distance between the nodes and you're not getting that cell elongation. So it does just retain a little bit more color. It's said to be a little bit better in the shade. I'm not sure how true that is. I remember my old house along the fence lines where it used to be really, really shady with the ryegrass. It seemed like it helped, but I'm not 100% sure. But at least here, over this section here, it's shady all day long. It does look a little bit more dense because it is generally a little bit thinner through here. As you can see the soil a bit, but it's already starting to look a little more dense because it is bunching up a lot more and tillering out. So if anything, it's just helping it tiller out a little bit more in those areas and look a little less bare, which is the goal in the end really. But when you start using plant growth regulator, you'll know it just has this look to it. Deeper, darker green. It just looks really, really tight, which I love it. That's why plant growth regulator is one of my favorite products, because visually it just makes your lawn like look that little bit better, take it to the next level. Here we go, here's a cool example. Looks like I may have missed a spot with the sprayer. Not sure if you can see it on camera, but it's a lot longer here. Like the grass has grown a bit, and then over here, it's a lot shorter. Don't know how well you can see it on camera, but there's definitely a lot more. There's like a little spot somehow I've missed in this area just here, which is funny, whereas here's a lot shorter. So that spot, a lot more grass is going to come off. So you should expect to see results and a change in about 5 to 7 days, pretty much exactly what happened here. I do find like the day after you will see a slight little difference, but it's not until that 5 to 7 days you'll notice a big difference in the regulation on it, where it starts to slow it down. So one other little tip I've got to give you guys is make sure you reapply in the window. Otherwise it goes into something called the rebound stage, which means if you miss the mark when you need to reapply, you get a huge flush of growth in your lawn. So make sure you don't miss out on that, because then you'll be trying to catch up with your mowing again. Obviously if you get to that stage, it's okay, just apply some more plant growth regulator. But if you can avoid it, so there's a few different formulas you can use called growing degree days that can help you understand when to reapply it again. If you go to Syngenta's website, they've got a PGR calculator there. You can use that. Yeah, but if you want to track it like that, I don't tend to track it all the time unless I'm getting really, really serious, and I've got the time to keep checking it. But you can make it so it sends notifications to you. Otherwise, just apply it every 3 weeks. And if it's really, really warm, like getting in the mid 30s, 40s, like apply it every 2 weeks, even week and a half, if it's going absolutely nuts. But definitely something you should consider using if you want to save on water, put less stress on the plant during the warmer months, and you don't want to be mowing as much either. But anyway, let's go mow the Kikuyu up the top here, see how much we get off after not mowing for about a week. And it should be growing like crazy because it's warm, like very warm. And I had a reno not long ago. So it just clicked to me, he's halfway through mowing and he just emptied it. I haven't mown it since putting the plant growth regulator out, so it wouldn't have gone into regulation for like 4 to 5 days, so that's my bad. I thought I'd mowed it after the fact, but I didn't, so that is why we're still getting a lot of grass off. Now, it's definitely slowed down to what it would be, but it's technically only a day into regulation, so after this, it should slow down. So be aware, it's not going to stop it instantly. I'll be interested to see how much the green is regulated, because from experience, bent grass can go into regulation a little bit quicker. It definitely looks like it's slowed down there, although I've given it a cut in between twice too, so it may actually be under regulation after the fact, as opposed to this where I didn't cut after applying the PGR. But lawn's looking good, looking very good. The colour of the kayak, like 5 weeks ago since Reno, it is looking delicious. Look at it. Oh god. Yes. Now you don't have to go down with PGR as early as I have. I've just done it because I'm trying to keep up with the whole property and it's becoming a struggle, and I want the lawn to stay healthy. I don't want to be scalping it every single mow and mowing it less than once a week. So yeah, that's why we're getting it early. I'm probably going a little bit earlier than some people would, but you can do this. Just miss the best spots. That's what we're going to talk about today on plant growth regulators. If you've got any questions, flick them down below. I've got like 4 other videos on plant growth regulators where I go a little bit more in depth on the growing degree days if you're interested in like the whole concept of that and how to do it properly. But yeah, if you can't get into growing degree days, apply it every 3 weeks and you're going to be set through the warmer months. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Taylor's wearing yet another Premier League shirt, or is that from the other league? I can't remember. Anyway, he's got that many different teams he goes for. It's ridiculous. Who knows who he's supposed to be a Liverpool supporter. Anyway, thanks guys so much for watching. Appreciate yours. Hopefully you enjoyed that, learned something. Make sure you check out Astro on my website, which is the plant growth regulator that we used here, which has trinexapac-ethyl in it. I use Primo, sorry, but that's not in stock at the moment because they are back changing the formulation. So Astro is what's available, and Primo is actually changing to a similar formulation to Astro anyway, so it is what it is. But anyway, thanks guys so much for watching, appreciate it, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.